Hey Highland High photo students, we're back with Photoshop, and in this tutorial you are going to learn how to use the mask tool. And so I'm using the same photos I used before. In your assignment you're going to have to use two new photos, but let's get started. So as you can see, this is where I ended the last one. Right now what I'm going to do is change the order of these photos. And so I'm going to set this one back to normal, which makes the one underneath it disappear. And then I'm going to bring this one on top. And notice when you're moving layers, it won't move until that blue thing shows up, right? So anyway, we want the kitty cat on top. And what I'm going to do here is start masking out things that I don't want, all right? And so I'm going to set this to multiply right now. And multiply is similar to overlay. Overlay can be a little bit brighter, but all we're looking to do here is to try to figure out which parts we're going to mask. And so I think I want a little bit more of this kitty cat on coming through. And you notice now it's kind of, you can see why it's like really nice to mask things, because there you can see these parts of the photo that we really don't want. And so we've got more of this cat. It's going to look gigantic behind this mountain ridge. And so now I've moved that and potentially resized it. You might have to hit enter to finish that transformation. And now with that layer selected, I go to the mask tool. And you'll notice a mask comes up here. And then the next thing I have to do is go to the brush tool. And then I want to make sure that I'm setting it to black. So right now, if I set it to black and I make my brush a little bit bigger, you notice you can set your brush size up here. And so there we go. So if I start brushing on here, you'll see that all of a sudden it's getting rid of that photo. And it looks a little crazy right now because it's showing this blue sky behind it. And so you can decide to get rid of whatever it is you want. I'm going to come along like this and maybe trace along this ridge. I might have to zoom in so I can see it a little bit better. But let's say I accidentally go up here and I get rid of some of the cat that I want. Well, all I have to do is swap these colors back with the little switcher here. You can also hit the X key and you swap it to the white color, and then when I paint on here, it brings that image back. And you'll notice that our mask is starting to develop here. You can see it. And so I'm going to switch back to the black color and continue painting along this ridge and getting rid of that photo. Now at some point what I can do is, once I get this ridge line kind of carefully done, I can make my brush a little bigger and things move fast. And so if I use the right bracket key, notice go like this, that, and it's just getting rid of tons of it nice and fast. So I'm going to get to a point where I think I'm done, like so. And I might even try coming up here into the background of the cat photo. And fur is kind of weird and touchy, so what I'm going to do is change my brush to be kind of soft, and the opacity is low. And so what that'll do is I start brushing here and it slowly gets rid of, whoops. You can see it's kind of blending out as I go, and it doesn't have as hard an edge to the mask. And once we play with layer modes and things like that, you can make this look a lot more natural. But let's just see what happens. We get some of this removed. All right. Now what I'm going to do is, let's say I have everything masked the way I want it to be. I'm going to click and drag this layer down below again and come back here, and maybe I'll set this to normal, and then I'll come up to here and try overlay on this one again. And you can see now it looks like the cat is definitely behind the mountain. And I can even mess around with this a little bit. If I come over here and I deselect this link and I select the image, not the mask, but the image, if I go to the move tool, I can start moving it down, and you'll see that the image of the cat kind of disappears behind the ridge because the mask is keeping it there. And so I can even click and drag and move this like so maybe. And there might be some, if I change it up a little bit, let's say I make it a little bit bigger, and I move it kind of over here. And some of that mask is covering up stuff that I want, and there's more stuff now visible that I need to mask out. I just come back here to this mask, and I go back to the brush, and watch, I'm going to switch, and we want our opacity a little bit stronger on this. I'm going to bring it up like this, and I can start painting here, and the cat comes back. Get her ears. So there I can see that much of the cat I want. If I switch the color back to black, I can get rid of this stuff up here. So this kind of takes a little more time, a little more care, but the results can be a lot more stunning, if you know what I mean. So there you go, that's masking to create a double exposure. Look at that. Thank you for learning.